Today's episode will be taking a look at plugins still, and I'll be showing you how to create charts. Click on the drop down and look for the plugin that allows you to draw diagram. It's called Diagram. One of the things that you can do if you are lost and you're looking for a plugin, oh, there it is. You could actually just go to the plugin store and you could type in the plugin. I was looking for diagram and I did see the plugin. The only thing is that the icon had gone. But assuming I wanted to install a few more, there it is. I could click on that. Whimsical diagrams, flowcharts, and all sorts of great stuff. So it's now installed, and I also have Lucidchart there as well. So I'm going to close out of this, and I'm going to select one more plugin. So let's select this one, even though the logo isn't visible, but it's called Diagram, gr.am. So how do you use this? You ask it to create stuff for you, diagrams, things that are diagrammatic. So you could say, create a histogram with dummy data. Let's just ask dummy data, all right? Dummy data. And it knows that I'm asking it for a chart. So it's going to use diagram to just show this is what a histogram looks like. Bear in mind that if I had data to give it, it would create whatever I give it. It would use the data that I gave it. In this case, it just creates a simple histogram. You could download it, you could screenshot it, whatever you needed to do. The next thing you could ask is create a pie chart. And you don't even need to tell it dummy data. It knows you don't have data, so it's going to work with whatever it has. So off it goes to the races, as you can see, that green box, and now it's done. Here's a pie chart with dummy data, and boom, without even needing to say a word to it, it's showing you the pie chart. Now, I could say, create a pie chart showing Scrum is used by 80% of firms and the other 20% use other approaches. Yes, I know it has typos, but trust me when I tell you ChatGPT is smart. It knows what you meant to say. There's no need for you to retype, leave it there, typos and all. ChatGPT is not going to be impacted by it. If it's a severe typo, yes, but in this case, it's not major. So there's the pie chart, 80-20. That's simple. It will take whatever you give it. I could say, break down the percentage of PMPs, that's project management professionals, in the world by continent. Use any data you can find. Hit the enter key, and off it goes to the races. It doesn't have the data, but it's going to assume a breakdown: North America 40, Europe 25, Asia 20, Africa 5, South America 5, Australia 4%, and Antarctica 1%. And that's okay, but let's see how it breaks it down. You see what it did? It works with what it's got. If you have great data for it, it will break it down for you. And there it is. That simple. This is the power of using plugins. Now, let's go ahead and request a particular plugin. So we're going to ask it to use this second plugin, which I cannot remember what it's called, but I'll say create a chart using the other plugin. And let's see if it's able to decipher what I'm telling it. Yes, it is. It understands what I'm telling it. So it's using diagrams. The other plugin never used this before, but it's the same thing. You put in input, it'll give you output. The question is, which of the plugins do you prefer? And to get a feel for the plugins, you got to use them. Oh, that's really nice and vivid. I like the colors. It's different, you see. Now, I could say, make a histogram based on a population of 1.4 million. So what have I done? I've given it a population. It needs to do the math, right? It needs to break it down, but it also needs to understand context. So right now, it doesn't understand the context. So it's creating a chart based on 1.4 million and it thinks I want to break it down by age. But that's not really what I wanted it to do. It's broken it down by age. But now I'm going to correct it. I'm going to say 1.4 million PMPs create a histogram showing the regional breakdown. All right, typos and all, it knows what I'm talking about. So now it's going to create a histogram based on the data we talked about before. Like I was saying, it needs to do two things. It needs to do a mathematical function, multiply the number by the percentage, and then it should give us our histogram with all the information that we're looking at. Remember, this is just hypothetical. This is not reality, but it's a good example of what you can do with ChatGPT. Here we go. And there you have it. There it has broken it down by region, and you can see it's given you the legend on the right-hand side. And there you have it, my friends. You can knock yourself out with charts and graphs in ChatGPT, and there's a lot more functionality that I haven't even touched. If you found value from this, hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.